Hello, this is a video presentation on my study abroad trip to Ghana. While I was there, I studied traditional Ghanaian music at the Performing Arts College at the University of Ghana. This presentation contains videos that I recorded of music and dance while I was there, as well as video demonstrations of some of the instruments and music that I learned while I was there. I took classes at the university with the local Ghanaians. The classes were taught in English. English is the official language of Ghana, though there are about 80 languages that are spoken in Ghana. A lot of them are mutually intelligible, and it's common for Ghanaians to speak several languages. I chose to study at the university because they had a performing arts school there that focused on music, dance, and theater, and they offered classes in traditional Ghanaian music and dance, as opposed to more generalized music classes. Ghana is of particular interest to me because of its rich musical heritage. Music and dancing are an important part of the culture in Ghana. I also wanted to learn more about the African roots of American music. African music has influenced many styles around the world, from rhythmic syncopation to call and response patterns to blue notes. American music wouldn't be what it is today without the African influence. Even though Ghana is becoming more modernized and there is a move away from traditional practices, especially in the bigger cities, music and dancing remain an important part of the culture. They're an integral part of ceremonies and rituals such as festivals, naming ceremonies, rites of passage, wedding, and funerals. Here's a video I took from an Independence Day celebration at a local school in Accra. I took mostly music classes while I was there. I took a traditional songs class, traditional drumming, traditional music in Ghana, choral ensemble, and seprua lessons. Seprua is a traditional Ghanaian stringed instrument. In the drumming class, we learned percussion patterns for two popular dances. The Panlogo dance, drumming, of the Ga people from the Greater Accra region, which is where the university is located, and then the Gota dance from the Anlo Ewe people from the northern Volta region. This is a picture from a field trip we took to the northern Volta region. There are many different ethnic groups in Ghana, and they have their own music, dance, and languages. However, there is a lot of musical interchange and many similarities between instruments and styles among Ghanaians. A common instrument is a type of metal bell which plays the timeline or the underlying rhythm that's integral to the whole ensemble. Here's a picture of a double bell. In the Ga language, it's called nono, and in the Anlo Ewe language, it's called gankogwi. Here's another common type of metal bell that also keeps the timeline. A slit bell or a banana bell, played here in a small ensemble. Here's a video demonstration of me playing a gourd rattle, known by many different names, including a shaka shaka and a hache. Here's a gourd rattle that you can play. Beads, let the beads hang loose. Play with your fingers. Or you could play between your leg and your hand. And you could also make the same rhythm without a rattle, just between your leg and your hand. And this reminds me of the African American tradition of patting juba. There are many different types of drums. This is a picture of one that I bought in Ghana, and it has different Adinkra symbols on it, which signify different meanings. This one has the moon and the star, which signify love, faithfulness, and harmony. The community aspect to this music is really important. In a minute, I'll show you some of the basic drum patterns for the Panlogo dance drumming. But what's really important is how all these different rhythms fit together and the relationship between the parts. In our drum class, we didn't have just one teacher showing us the parts. We had a whole ensemble playing the different parts together along with us so we could hear how they all fit together, and we could listen for different cues. There are many different levels of involvement, from playing the steady rhythms of the supporting musicians to the master drummer, to the clapping and dancing and singing from both the musical ensemble and the community. The lead drummer often provides cues for the supporting drummers as well as for the dancers. Here's an example of the drum patterns for the Panlogo dance. The first supporting drum in Panlogo goes like this. And the second drum goes like this. Traditional African music and dance performances are often fully participatory, so the audience members can easily join in. There are many reasons that this music is easily accessible, no matter your age or skill level or knowledge of the song. A lot of the songs are call and response, where there's a song leader who knows the song, but the response can be learned quickly by anyone who can join in. They're often cyclical and repetitive, so they're very easy to pick up on. And movement is an integral part of the music. So this can involve clapping or stamping your feet and dancing with or without noisemakers on. You don't need to have an instrument to be able to participate. Here's a song called Ashie Tatale. And you can sing along with me if you like. The words just go Ashie Tatale. There's just two words repeated over and over. So it goes like this. Ashie Tatale, 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 Ashie Tatale. And then there's a verse and there's a call and response. So the lyrics, I just sing a couple lyrics and then you respond with Tatale. So we'll start from the chorus again. Ashie Tatale, Ashie Tatale, Ashie Tatale, Ashie Tatale, Ebe Tatale, Namo Baye, 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 Tatale. And here's the bell pattern. And you can clap along with me, or you can vocalize it. Ko, 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 ko. And vocalizing helps internalize the rhythms. And then I'm going to add the singing again. Here. Ashie Tatale, Ashie Tatale,
ashie tatale, ashie tatale, ebe tatale namo baye, tatale ebe tatale namo baye, tatale ebe tatale namo baye, tatale ebe tatale namo baye, tatale.
West Africa is known for rhythm and drumming, but they also have melody. There's melody in the songs they sing. There's also melody instruments in traditional African music, including flutes and trumpets and horns, keyboard instruments and stringed instruments, both bowed and plucked. In modern Ghanaian music styles, there is also an incorporation of Western instruments. I am a fiddle player, and I play many styles, including American old-time music and early blues fiddle. Fiddle used to be a common instrument in the early blues as well as string band music. Up until the early 20th century, there were many black fiddlers and string band musicians. While fiddle is often thought of as a European instrument, there are also different types of fiddles throughout Africa. I wanted to learn more about the African roots of the music I play, so I went to Ghana seeking a gonje teacher. A gonje is a one-stringed fiddle from northern Ghana. Here is a video of my teacher. I also learned how to play an instrument which I had never heard of before, called the sepurua. It's an Akan instrument from at least as early as the 1700s. It is less common these days and has mostly been replaced by the guitar. However, it's being taught at the University of Ghana by Mr. Osei Karanche, who learned it from his grandfather. Here's the instrument and a sample of how it sounds. Here's a video of my teacher playing with the Ghana Dance Ensemble. The Ghana Dance Ensemble performs music and dance from all over Ghana. They were a great resource to me while I was there, and I made friends and musical relationships with several of the members. Due to COVID-19, I had to leave Ghana 3 months early, so I didn't get to spend as much time as I would have liked to. But even though my time was cut short, I learned so much while I was there. Studying abroad was such a rewarding experience. I highly recommend traveling if you can, and meeting people from cultures other than your own. It's a great way to gain new perspectives and understanding of the world and the people in it. I want to thank Hannah Nevitt at the Study Abroad Center, who met with me several times to help find a program that was right for me. Thanks also to the Benjamin A. Gilman Scholarship Program, who awards up to $5,000 for a semester for U.S. citizens who receive federal Pell Grants. I received a Gilman Scholarship as well as a couple of program-specific scholarships through USAC, the program I studied abroad with. There are many different program options, and I'm glad that I chose USAC. I also want to thank Mobility International USA. I had to consider physical limitations due to disability, and they were a great resource in planning my trip. I highly recommend contacting them if you have any type of disability. I've also included links to these resources in the email that accompanied this video. I hope this presentation will help inspire some of you to travel internationally. Thank you for watching.